Hello, welcome to another edition of Chris Speaks. I'm your host, Chris Thompson. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Alright, so welcome to the show. We're going to talk about a few things on this show. I'm going to talk about this footage I saw of in New York where they were pro-Palestinian protesters were there because Joe Biden was at an event, and how what I saw eventually, there's like whole total police state stuff, and I'm gonna talk about other things that have to do with that and more stuff about what's going on in Palestine and maybe a little bit of history on that. So, man, if you like the show, make sure you subscribe and tell your friends that you think might like the show too. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is, okay, like I said, there was a protest, and it went on for a long time, being okay, but then the cops started telling them which direction they could go or couldn't go to try to keep them away from where they needed to be. Let me work this light a little. Okay, I'm working with another, so a new light source here. I'm trying to try it out a little bit. So, they started doing that, and at a certain time they told them that they better disperse or they're going to get arrested, and they start dragging them by their legs to get them there and get the zip ties and keep tying them. Whatever happened to our First Amendment rights here? With the people, the right of the people to gather and address their government for their grievances. Dude, it's not infringible. It shall not be infringed by the law. Oh, when it comes to the Second Amendment, don't say no rules. No rules, or you're infringing on my right. But if you speak out, even though it's your right, and people don't like that, well, screw that. So we pick and choose I know I'm messing with the light. I'm trying a new thing, new light, different light source. So, we have that right, and it's in our amendments. I kind of paraphrased it. I have a couple of copies of the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and all that. I have several of those, but I can't find any of them. But anyways, so yeah, that was paraphrasing the Constitution. So it's our constitutional right to be able to go out there and have our message be shown, and not do this, no, you go there, or if you go where we don't want you to go, and then we're gonna attack you in riot gear. And I got some pictures. I don't know if this is from the same protest, but I'm trying to see if I can show you guys pictures here. I don't know if this will, what you can see. Okay, so, no, see it? Nope. I don't know if you can see it. There's too much light. Maybe if I turn the light off. Sorry. See, those are cops in riot gear, and obviously this is hard to put this. Some cops shooting rubber bullets and shit. So, I'm sorry that I have no better way to show you anything on here. So, okay. The pictures probably just look like blurs to you. So, this is the deal. I mean, it just seems like it's turning into this police state, that we're no longer being able to exercise our rights because it goes against the status quo. It goes against the powers that be, and the powers that be say, send bombs to Israel so they can blow up little brown-skinned babies. Little Arab babies, because it doesn't matter. They're not babies. They're Arabs. The people are Arabs. Yeah, and that's what they do. They use that as they're Muslims and they're Arabs, so they don't have the right to fucking live. They don't have a right for someone not to come steal their fucking land. Yeah, sure, I do a few F-bombs. Well, there's nothing that's what's worse than profanity. Know what the most profane thing is seeing a man holding his freaking son, who has no head, because Israel dropped a bomb on tent city people in a place that they were supposed to be okay, that they were supposed to be safe. Because there are no safe places in that war. We've got to speak out against this. I mean, I'm not going to stop talking about this until it stops, until our government no longer arms the people that are doing it to children, because if they don't have the weapons that we give them, they don't have anything. They can't do what they're doing if our politicians stop sending them bombs and stop bankrolling this slaughter. It's not a war. It's dropping bombs on people. It's on taking away hard-earned degrees from grad students because you disagree with their speech. Well, it doesn't matter if you agree with it or disagree with it. And that's the whole point of the Constitution, was to not limit speech. Because who's to decide what's good speech and bad speech? You can't say, hey, this is wrong. No, they're going to try to come after you and make you lose your job, and then you'll get death threats and stuff. And we should be able to stand up to what is right. Why again and again in the United States do the people that stand up to do what's right, why are they treated like the bad people? How dare people expect to be treated like everybody else? Because we don't see them as everybody else. It's like this whole nation, man. It's this thing of they're mobilizing against the protests. They're trying to make it seem like these protests are like hate speech. Okay, so saying don't kill people is hate speech. Hey, don't listen to what people say. You know what you're doing is right. You keep on doing it. I mean, this movement's just crazy. Not just around the country, worldwide. There are protests worldwide, and they need to keep going, and they need to keep going. And even in Germany, where they're really like a police state out there, where I see them just tear gas the whole crowd. Like, it was madness. This one video I saw in Germany, what the Germans do to their people that are protesting against this genocide, these war crimes, the crimes against humanity. This is what we're up against. And the sad thing is man, I thought America was supposed to be the good guys. Isn't that the thing? We're supposed to love our country because our country does the right thing. They're the good guys and they protect us from the bad guys. Well, this time we're arming the bad guys. We're arming this country that is decimating the native population. You know, you gotta realize this. This goes way. People think of World War, after World War II, but that's when during World War II, it really spiked the amount of people that were going to Palestine from Europe. Okay, but this goes back further, man. This goes back to before the First World War. This goes back to pretty much the end of the Ottoman Empire. So you had for the longest time, since the Crusades, after the Crusades, these two big empires, one Christian, one Muslim, started converging, and both places were vying for land, for places to people to have control over, to basically rule the world. And so this is towards the end of it, and the British they're basically trying to get the Ottomans out of the Holy Land. And in that case, they have to get them out of Arabia, which would later be called Saudi Arabia, and basically that whole area. They went into Damascus and blew up the trains and stuff. That was, if you ever seen the movie, or even heard of the movie, Lawrence of Arabia. Well, that's a true story. It's a pretty good movie, except the stereotypes of Arab people are kind of comical to a point, like they're caricatures and stuff, and it's not obviously it's the time it was made when stuff like that was accepted more, and it shouldn't be accepted. Well, anyways, so they got the British Army, they got Lawrence. He was just supposed to survey what the situation was. Well, he started bringing together all these tribes of Arabic people and tribes that hated each other. He got them to work. This white dude got them to work together because they were being promised. He was even told that they were fighting for the freedom of the Arabs, which wasn't true, because what they were going to do was Britain was going to take over and they were going to divvy up the Middle East. They were going to give some of it to Arabia, which would be Saudi Arabia now. Syria and Lebanon would be taken over by different European peoples. Like obviously Palestine went to England. One of them went to like France, and the other, like, I don't know, Germany or some one of those things, one of those countries. So that was where it all began. And when the British, when they were fighting against the Ottoman Empire, when they were doing this, there was no thought of giving it back to the people who lived there. It was, okay, we're gonna divvy it up so European countries will get their claws in the Middle East. And it had a lot to do with that, even back then, anti-Arab, anti-Muslim sentiment, and it just boiled down to racism, where these Europeans thought they were superior to brown-skinned people, which is insane. How are they superior? I mean, Egypt was thriving when people in England were fucking still like living in caves and shit. I mean, so, but they think they're the superior ones. I know the light thing is a problem. If I get it too off of me, okay, that's a little bit better. I like that because there was too much white light. Okay, so I'm working on it. I'm trying to do different things, work different things. You know, because I had the other light, but it's the other light is a fluorescent light, and so the camera will pick up the flickering that our eyes don't see. Like, to us, it doesn't look like it's flickering with the light, but it does on camera. So anyways, this will happen, and then there was something called the Balfour Declaration, and there had already been like a small amount of Jews, some of them that are Middle Eastern, and some of them did start coming and migrating from Europe, and they were farmers that they came because they were being mistreated in Europe even back then, because there's a big, you know, you want to talk about real anti-Semitism, that has a lot to do with a lot of stuff. You mean like the way the British treated, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the anti-Semitism is that they hated Jews in Europe. They were horrible to them, and then we didn't want it when it came back to, okay, skip back to the 30s, when they started coming over because of Hitler. And this was the thing, is that United States wouldn't take them in. None of the ones that were refugees, and the Europeans didn't want them. But the British, there were Zionists in the British like government, and there was a guy named Balfour, and Balfour made a declaration that of a holy land for a homeland for Jews in the Holy Land. So he got this thing to bring them out, but under the Balfour Declaration, they were supposed to take care of the Arab population. Well, I don't even call them Arab. They're only considered Arabs because they speak Arabic. They're Palestinians, and they've been there for a long time, and the current Jews that are there, there's some of them that are from the Middle East and from Africa and other places, but a lot of them are Caucasian Ashkenazi Jews who are from Eastern Europe. So that's where a lot of them came from Europe, because obviously the persecutions that really started getting worse under Hitler, who killed 6 million Jews. And so all of that is anti-Arab sentiment, and even the anti-Semitism played a big role into the creation of the state of Israel. And so there was the people there, and basically it ended up, and especially at the end of World War II, the UN decided that, there's people already there that have been there, but we're going to declare this the state of Israel, and we're going to give most of the land, a majority of the land, and all of the good farmland to the white Jews from Europe. And so they were basically, these poor people haven't had a chance. There were many different, like in the Crusades, they were subjugated by the Arabians, I believe. I'm not sure. The Caliphate, I don't know exactly what nations they were that were doing it, but there was a empire then, and then later on the Ottomans took over, and then the British came in. So, it's just what it is. It's this experiment. It's this Western empire project of putting people in the Middle East that would basically make it easier for the West to get their hands on things that were in the Middle East, a lot of times oil and stuff like that. So, it's all this Western imperialism, and it's like straight up Western imperialism. It's straight up colonialism. So, and anybody who speaks up against the shit that's going on, against the imperialism, and just like slaughter like this, this whole thing's been going on a long time, but it's gotten to the worst it's ever getting. They are trying to eliminate the Palestinian people. Yeah, no, I can't prove that to you, but I guarantee you, and I've heard people say, I haven't really looked it up because I couldn't really find anything, but supposedly I've seen things where they don't flat out say it, but Israel basically has a plan to annex the whole the West Bank, the whole West Bank, to get rid of all of the Palestinians there, to give all their land. Like Israel's going to take all the land. Dude, you can't give them 2 little tiny pieces of land. You have to take that too. You have to take their lives. Man, they talk about a 2-state solution as the best viable solution, but that's not really going to be a solution. What they need to do is they need to liquidate the fucking government of Israel. No more this Jewish nation crap. No, this needs to be a democracy that belongs to everybody on the land, everybody within it. Everybody becomes a citizen. Everybody has the same rights as everybody else. That's the only way to stop this. Because Israel's been there. Expecting them to go back to Europe or something is like expecting all Americans to go to Europe. There's not really enough room for all of us now. Like that's just not going to happen. That doesn't mean like here we can't treat the natives better. Sure we can. Sure we can give more money to help fund. Because I mean, yes, there's some places where they have casinos, but a lot of Indian reservations are very poor still. So, I mean, and it's the same situation. What we did here and took over everything. That's what's going on there. They're people who are from Europe. Not all of them, because some people had migrated from other countries, some places in Africa. They're in the Middle East itself, and so you got these people, and they're there. Everybody's there. The 2 groups of people that are there need to both be there, and they need to stop killing each other. It's just ridiculous. This thing is just going on and on and on for too much. And like It is just, then I see in Europe and here, where things are starting to look like police states. The fascists are gaining ground in Europe. I mean, the woman who's now the president of oh, come on, Chris, think. Italy. The president of Italy is a flat out fascist, and she like worships the ground that Mussolini walks on. And we're seeing other places like in Germany and France and stuff where they're starting to crack down on protesters big time. I mean, we are here, it seems like, I mean, maybe I'm overlooking everything. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe it's paranoia or whatever. I mean, could be. Who knows? But it just looks like democracy is like being attacked, like it's in its death throes, and like fascism is on its way back, and it's like you think you have rights. These other countries, Italy and France and Germany, they thought they had rights. Instead, they're being the police are trouncing on them like they're the damn Gestapo. So I mean, it's just a scary thing that the people that are the biggest threat to democracy are the ones that have taken over our government, have taken over the governments of Europe, and then there's so many people that are just allowing what's happening in Palestine to happen. And I'm looking at you, International Criminal Court, and I'm looking at you, United Nations. You say stuff, you do your charter, and you say all the crimes that they've done, but who's doing anything about it? Nobody's doing anything about it. You're just giving lip service. I mean, democracy is at an assault all over the world. The fascists are trying to take over, and they're helping provide weapons to massacre people, because there's something in that empire for the United States. There's something in that empire for Britain. There's something in that empire for all of Europe. That's why no one's actually doing anything. They're not sending troops to go fight the Israelis. No, if anything, when Israel tries to attack everybody like they're doing, eventually we're going to get drawn into it. The United States is going to get drawn into a war, but we're going to be on the wrong damn side this time. We're not going to be the allies. We're going to be part of the Axis powers. I mean, I'm serious. This is like, we're on the bad. What if Europe decides to go against Israel, and us and the UK are the only ones backing them up, and we're gonna fight a war in order to freaking keep this imperial bullshit going on? I mean, come on. Wake up, America, and you can do a little research. Sure, the news isn't telling you what's going on, but it's easy. It's a click of a mouse. It's a tap on a phone that you can look up what's going on, where you can see what's going on, what's really going on. You have access to the information. You just got to dig a little bit, and you can't expect it from the 5 o'clock news or whatever. I mean, they're not going to tell you what's really going on, because journalism in the United States has lost its objectivity. Now the media is the mouthpiece for the state. I mean, that's straight up fascism. There's no free press no more. There's no free press. I mean, soon, if they get their way, they're going to shut down all of this stuff too. I mean, what do you think those laws that are coming out with to protect children on, what do they call it, social media? Yeah, it sounds like censorship to keep people from being able to. It's going to start there, and the next thing you know, there's going to be so many regulations on the internet that it's going to be impossible to get this information out. Yeah, I'm probably taking it out of proportion. I'm probably making it look, exaggerating it a little bit, but it's somewhere around there, man. Obviously, democracy is always under assault, and it's usually not from other countries. It's within our own country. It's our own, when our own government tries to take over. And it's funny to me that the Republicans make me laugh so much. They to get elected, they say they hate the federal government, but wait a second. Congressmen and senators, you are the federal government. So you got these Republicans, and the Democrats just play the good. You know what it is? You know what the Republican and Democratic Party it really are? They're a good cop, bad cop. They're the same system. One makes it seem like they're your friend, and then you got the whole good cop, bad cop thing. That's what Republicans are and Democrats are. They're on the same side. They just act like they're enemies. They're not enemies. They're just adversaries. Adversaries doesn't always mean they're your enemy. They're just, you're on this party and that party, and you got to play the political games, and everybody's saying the same thing. They're just saying it a little bit different. I mean, we don't have. Let me take the stupid headset off. Okay, so this is just the way it is. Like, the government's lying to us, through the media, and the media is basically just propaganda nowadays. I mean, it was already going that way when I was growing up, and there was a time that there was actually objective media. There were things where the Pentagon Papers in the 60s, where the guy, he released all this stuff. It was not top secret, but it was classified information, and they tried to go after him, but like the newspapers printed it. They printed what he had to say, and that's what the news used to do, and they did that where they could have gotten in trouble for that. Like, they don't do that anymore. There isn't journalism. I mean, there's independent journalism, but it doesn't get the funding like the big big companies that are telling everyone how to think, to tell you, to make sure they control what you know about different things that are going on in the world. So it's the smaller media. It's people like me who have just a handful of followers. But hey, man, okay, I'm ready to end this in a second. But hey, man, if you like the show, hit subscribe. If you think you have friends that might like it, share on Twitter. X is called now. I'm not going to call it X, it's Twitter. So on Twitter and on Facebook, and share it to whatever you want. If you like it, spread the word, get the message out there. I mean, if you're on the same side as I am, when I'm on the side of democracy. I'm on the side of freedom. I'm on the side of making countries be held accountable for what they're doing or what they're enabling. So, man, get the word out, get the spread out there, go out there, try to do things. If you can be in if there's a town near you where the town you're in is having protests. If you can do it, join the protests. Some people might not be able to do it. Like me, I myself, I have a frequent urination problem, which sometimes gets in the way of me being able to do stuff like that. But if you can, go out there and do that. If you can't, if you can just sit at home and do a video like I'm doing, just get the word out. Go on, be active on Twitter and whatever your social media is. Get the word out, spread the word, man. Hey man, maybe write your local politicians, and maybe they won't give a crap, but do it anyways. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. But it's hard to do. I'm in Texas, so nobody's really going to give a crap. They probably won't even listen to the message. But we need to try to do something. This is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to get the word out. I'm trying to talk about things that are important. And, man, you want to talk about... You know who the most patriotic people are? Are the guys like me who try to stand up to the system, who try to stand up for what is right. Not the guys that wave their American flags around. And there's nothing wrong with waving an American flag around. That's just not my thing. And I don't go try to say how much of a patriot I am. But really, the journalists that are out there that try to cover things and try to give a real explanation of what's going on instead of just trying to put forward the narrative that the status quo wants, they're the patriots and they're the heroes. Because a patriot isn't someone who just does whatever, in my opinion, a patriot isn't someone that just says, "Yay America," and waves the flag, which there's nothing wrong with that. But the real patriots are the people who do what's right for their fellow countrymen. And even more than that, man, I'm a world patriot. I'm a patriot of the world, because I want to stand up for stuff all over the world. And only right now, what I'm standing up for is the people of Palestine who are being slaughtered, who are being massacred, and it's happening on our watch. And I can't just sit here and just keep my mouth shut. And I'm not gonna. If you don't want to hear about this, then don't listen to it, because I'm not gonna. But I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop doing what I think is right and standing up for what is right. And if the only thing I can do is be on Twitter and do these videos, then that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll do it for 100 fucking years if that's what it takes. If that's what it takes to make sure that people can live, the Palestinian people will live in their land they're in. And how about we also fight for this? I'm gonna fight for the right of return. So all the Palestinian people who want to go back to Palestine once, okay, we'll get it to where, if we could get it to where the violence is stopped and get people back in there, and let's go back to let's go back to the what was it called, the UN. Hold on, give me a second, and I'll try to hurry up soon. I know this is going to take forever. It's going to take all day tonight and tomorrow to basically set this thing up. Especially if I don't think the words to upload this. But what was my point? I don't know. I kind of lost my point. But anyways, I just think, that's what it was. I think we have a right to return. And we go back to how about instead of going to the 67 borders, how about we go back to the borders that were defined by because everyone wants to bring up the UN partition, but let's do that, but let's give it equally half and half, and allow the right of the Palestinians to return, let them have control over their own electricity, their own water, and give them back their damn internet, you assholes. I mean, come on. Why are we going to sit here and watch tyrants do things, and we're watching them do them with American-made weapons that our government is giving to them? We are all part of this. We are all part of the fucking bloodshed, man. Every taxpayer has blood on their hands. And it's not your fault. We can't control what our money goes to. But man, free fucking Palestine, man. Free Palestine. How about that? I'm going to fucking say it. And I'm going to use the fucking F word too. Free fucking Palestine, motherfuckers. Okay, well, it's been a nice time doing this, even though I can't remember what the hell I'm talking about half the time. Well, this has been another episode of Chris Speaks. I'm your host, Chris Thompson, and I'm mad as hell. I'm fucking mad as hell. I am mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Hey, that one was pretty good. Okay, so if you like the show, share it, follow it, and just keep up the good fight, man. Keep up the good fight, and I mean that what's the word? Basically, I don't mean actually fight. That's oh, what's the word you guys know what I'm looking for. Like, I'm not being literal. It's not a literal fight. It's a fight for freedom. It's a fight for freedom by word of mouth and by trying to petition our government to stop doing what they're doing. That's what we want to do. We want to end this. And I mean, one thing you could probably do is, I've got a petition out there. There's people doing petitions out there. If you want, go to change.org? I think it's change.org. Look at what the petitions they might have on there and stuff that's dealing with this conflict and about getting our government to stop financing it. Sign the petitions. Let's get the petitions out there. Let's get the petitions with so many people voting on those petitions that the news media, the mainstream media, is going to have to, they're going to have to look at that, and they're going to have to start talking about it, because it's going to be so loud that nobody's going to be able to not hear it. All right. See you guys later. Hold on. Stop this right here.